The majority of people I know in denominations, they do have that love and devotion for God. But they don't pay attention to the truth part of it, right? Well, you got to have both of them. It's truth and spirit, spirit and truth, right? And is a conjoining conjunction that ties two things of equal importance together, right? So the sincerity part, the spirit part, the love and devotion to God part is just as important as the truth part. The truth part is just as important as the sincerity part. You can't worship God scripturally without both of those things, right? So it's because of my love and devotion for God. I want to express my devotion to God. The how I do it is the truth, and I've got to have both of those things for it to be scriptural worship. And then Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 and 25 says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. It's really hard to worship God in spirit and in truth when we're not in the assembly of the worship to God, right? Now, people say, well, I'm worshiping at home, or, well, we're not commanded to worship at home. We're commanded to worship in the assembly of the saints. Now, of course, we do read of like Paul and other disciples that sang and prayed and meditated on God's Word every day. And those are acts of worship, and those are things that we do in our private devotions to God, certainly. But it's in the assembly of the saints that we take the Lord's Supper and that we offer a collection for the cause of Christ. That we show our love and devotion to God. We show our fellowship in the cause of Christ with that contribution, right? So two acts of worship are only acts of worship in the assembly on the first day of the week. Well, we can't do those things if we're not in the assembly on the first day of the week.
We can't be uplifting and edifying and helping others if we're not here ourselves.
Right.
Do you think that this also...
We're setting the wrong example
right.
if we don't come.
Go ahead.
Do you think this is also for consideration outside the assembly, but like if we visit people or if we are visiting?
Are you talking about Hebrews 10, 24, 25?
Yes. Is that assembling strictly? Yeah,
Hebrews 10, 24 and 25 is more specifically the assembly of the church. Now, certainly, the visiting and being together with Christians, day by day, I've often said that's one of the greatest blessings of being a preacher, is that you're with Christians all the time, But Hebrews 10, 24 and 25 is more specifically the assembly, the worship assembly. And I believe you see that there in the context, that it's the worship assembly. Any other questions or comments? All right, we'll start back with number 4, Lord willing, next week.